Let me take you through how a zirconia crown is fabricated, clinical steps, lab steps, starting with the pre-laboratory phase. Right? Now, basically what happens here is zirconia starts with raw powder. Yes, zirconia is first in a powder form, which is sintered, all right? And you get these discs made. Now, what are these discs? These discs are basically zirconia powder that are pressed. So about 50% of the zirconia is pre-sintered, 50% is still voids. Okay. Now, what happens is when you send work to the laboratory will go ahead and mill these discs. Okay. These could also be blocks of zirconia. So all of this is what the laboratory has ready with them. So imagine a patient walks into you. Okay, a patient is sitting there in your practice and you have gone ahead and prepared, let's say, a mandibular molar for a zirconia crown. All right, you've done your tissue retraction, you go ahead and make your impression, or today you also very well can use a digital wand, which is your scanner to scan. Now, depending on what you've done, whether you've made an impression or a scan, you send this to the lab. All right, so the laboratory phase begins where the lab technician will either pour a model. If it's a physical impression, they'll pour a model and then scan it. Or if it's a scan, they will use some software and design your restoration digitally. So this is your CAD, computer aided designing. And believe me, often at the click of a button, all of this can be done where a skilled technician will make minor adjustments to give you the perfect anatomy. Often, if the technician is not skilled enough, will simply use the pattern that they have received from the computer and will go ahead and start processing it. This is where different laboratories still on the clinical front will be able to give you different results. What now happens is this goes into the next phase, which is in the laboratory, the milling is done. Right now, remember, always milling initially will give you a zirconia that is opaque white. Okay, and this zirconia is typically larger in size than your final restoration. Right, so it's an oversized zirconia mill. Why? Because remember, this is only partially sintered. When you now sinter it again, what is sintering basically? Where you put a material through some pressure and temperature, which causes the particles to come closer and fuse to each other, remove voids from inside without actually taking it to a point where it becomes liquid. That's basically the definition of sintering. Okay. Now what happens is the zirconia shrinks because voids come over. So the zirconia shrinks and you have a sintered crown, which is now the final anatomy. But this is still a little rough. So what do? You do some finishing, polishing. Your technician will sit and do some staining on the surface and then will glaze this. Just like how you glaze a PFM, you glaze this. And now you get your final finished restoration. Now what happens? Once your final finished restoration is ready from the lab, it comes back to the clinic, and this is where we go back to the clinical phase, where the first thing you do is you go ahead and try the restoration. Hope you are enjoying this video on zirconia. Now, this is just a small part of a 3-hour long presentation where I talk about zirconia as a material and how to do anterior tooth preparations to give your patients zirconia crowns. I'm talking about how to choose your zirconia, when to give a 5-year, a 15-year warranty. Should you do monolithic? Should you do layered? What burrs to use? How to manage sensitivity? When should you give an equigingival margin? When subgingival? And things like that. So if you want to get access to that big course, 3-hour intense course with a video demonstration on how to do an anterior tooth preparation, then go ahead and check the link here. I have also given the link in the description below. I would love to see you in that session as well. It's pre-recorded, it's online, it's instant access, it's a certificate program. So check it out. For now, let's get back to the video. Whether it's fitting fine, margins, contact, occlusion, adjustment, all this okay. Now you go ahead and finally cement your restoration. And again, remember, zirconia need not always be bonded. It can also be cemented. जरूरी नहीं है कि crown महंगा है तो cement भी महंगा हो. If you have adequate retention and resistance form, you very well can cement your zirconia with GIC or RMGIC. If retention is less, then you go ahead and bond your zirconia with the help of a dual cure resin cement. That's not the topic for today. We're talking about zirconia and anteriors, but this is just something that I wanted to share with you. And once you've cemented the restoration or bonded it in place, you now go into the last phase, which is, I love to say, the celebration phase. It's the party time. Because what happens with zirconia is your technician's very happy and you are very happy. Why? Technician is happy because they are making money with less effort. The clinician is happy because you are making more money by offering the patient something that is metal free in nature. No wonder it's a win-win situation. No wonder more and more and more research is happening towards this wonderful material. So remember, zirconia that starts with a complete block or a blank or a disc, whatever you may call it. So this is your blank, okay? Or it's also often called as a puck. This is where individual restorations are milled. So what has been done here is this 3-unit bridge here, and this single crown has basically been cut out. So if you see here, there is a void. That is basically how they work. They will mill the block, they will cut the small attachments, and this is how you get it. This is, remember, an oversized restoration. 3-unit bridge and a crown. Earlier, what used to be done is there used to be a process called dipping. So monolithic zirconia jab banna shuru hua, they started painting it like this. So the yellow paint is basically your dentin or your cervical, and whatever is blue that they've painted on top is your enamel or your translucent, that gives it like that depth effect. Okay, and then finally they go ahead and sinter this, go ahead and stain this, and you get your final restoration. So this is basically a journey. All right. And the good thing that's happened with zirconia is itna research hua hai is pe, that today you also get multi-layer zirconia. Okay, what is multi-layer zirconia, friends? Multi-layer zirconia is basically zirconia that comes with pre-shaded structures or with different opacities. So if you see, there is a dentin layer at the bottom, there is a transition layer, and on the top there is like an enamel layer. So what technicians can now do today is very smartly choose a blank that allows them to create this multi-layered effect inside the zirconia itself. Zirconia earlier was always opaque white, chalky white, but new zirconias, and I will discuss about these new zirconias, allow technicians to go ahead and set the parameters the way they want. So if you see what's happening here is on the blank, the technician can move the restoration upar and niche, up and down, so as to change the shade or the appearance of the zirconia restoration. So I want you guys to basically look here in the video, and you will be able to appreciate how the cervical staining inside the zirconia itself is different. So now what happens when the zirconia is milled and it comes out? It's not completely chalky white. It's kind of like this, where there's some internal staining, making it a little more aesthetic. And of course, this is still not in its final finished form. The technician will now finish it, polish it, apply stains on it, and will give you restorations that look extremely aesthetic, look lifelike. And if you've chosen the zirconia correctly, when you go ahead and cement this or bond this, so this is the 3-unit bridge that you see right here. It just blends in to the oral cavity, and you're happy, your technician's happy, and more importantly, your patient's happy, and your patient's going to be able to use this restoration for hopefully years, even decades. All right, so everything does come down to the fact that you need to choose your zirconia correctly. And this is where I'm going to come to giving you a very important perspective. And the perspective is, what are the different types of zirconia restorations? Are there types of zirconia restorations? And the answer is, oh, absolutely yes. There are so many different types.